Well, we thought we moved in the country.
There was the Nicollet Avenue, 2 dirt trails with grass growing between. This farm, the cattle were right across the street, the milk cows bellowing. Yeah, it was country.
Well, I've got a story for you. We drove into Richfield to go to our church in Richfield, which was Wood Lake Lutheran. And every Sunday as we were coming home, we would see this car go by us and they'd wave, and we realized finally that it was our neighbors that lived on the hill up here. And we were just sailing along, and all of a sudden here comes Chet and Marion beeping the horn as they went by, and Marion quickly rolled down the window, and we rolled down our window, and she says, "Stop by for coffee." So I thought, that's nice. And about the first thing Chet said was, "Boy, don't you wish we had a church out here so we wouldn't have to go that route every Sunday?" And so I say the seed was dropped on 35W, and that's where it began.
Well, it was a home mission church, I think, that the American Lutheran Church started it for.
So they physically built the building, which is now located at the intersection of Burnsville Parkway and Nicollet Avenue, and is presently the White Funeral Home. I was the first choir director, and then I was also chairman of the Board of Music, which put me on the church council. So I was on the church council, I think, probably the first 5 years.
We had no kindergarten, public kindergarten in the schools, and there were 3 of us that started a kindergarten program, and then after kindergarten got put in the public schools, they started a preschool program, and which was sort of the seed that planted CDLC.
We were just bursting at the seams, and well, about that time is when the Ridges, as we know about it right now, was starting to be developed. There was a group of individuals that were going to develop it as a kind of like as a Lutheran community, from the standpoint that maybe there'll be a church, maybe there'll be a hospital, maybe there'll be this and that. Well, they did construct a partial building, and that was the first building of Ebenezer as we know it today. Fairview entered into the picture, and then they acquired the property, which was I think around 134 acres or something like that. And so it kind of was very coincidental. It happened about that time, and I think the combination of the consulting firm and also maybe some of our own individuals kind of discovered what was happening up there and started to talk to them and negotiate with them, and next thing we know, that's where we're going to move to.
We moved on the Sunday of the beginning of Lent, and then Wednesday was Ash Wednesday. And Audrey Peterson and I were on altar duty, but we had no idea how many people to prepare for. So we asked Pastor Thompson and Pastor Jensen, how many should we prepare for? They said, we don't know. We just stood and watched as people were coming in, and we got very busy because we knew we didn't have that much communion prepared.
I think we were very much a welcoming church. As I recall, one of the mission statements that was made probably later on down the road was welcome, equip, and send. Well, yeah, I think we were doing all those things even at that time.
Yes, we had the great Sunday school program, Vacation Bible School, confirmation, and as our children got older, First Light, and by that time Hant was here, and First Light was here, and I think that brought in a lot more families.
I consider that one of the strongest programs we've had. There's been many others too, but First Light was a very, very strong program.
When our boys were teenagers, they had, it was a youth group, and they'd have sleigh rides and that, and Hant would say, well, bring your friends. They don't have to be members of Friends of Peace. Well, so we got a lot of teenagers.
This young fellow from Concordia College came down here, started this group, and I remember one night in the church, it was after Hant had come down here and had started his little group. They were rehearsing, and I happened to stop by church for some reason. I don't know what I was there for, but anyway, I ran into Pastor Merv, and I said, boy, they were rehearsing, and I said, boy, my grandpa would be turning over in his grave right now, and he says, so would mine. It was such a different kind of music than what we were traditionally used to, you know, it was, but I kind of liked it. I kind of liked it, and I think everybody did. I think that it was kind of bringing the church service into another generation that was changing. And we were trying to change, you know, you gotta get these kids in. And it was a way of gathering more people. And I am so thrilled with the missionary work that we're doing now. We're doing, as a church, we're doing. I don't do much of anything anymore, but I do a lot of praying. I can do that. It's so good to see that they're helping so many people. And I hope that that grows and keeps on. And another thing that I'm noticing, there are people of different colors in our church now that never used to be. And that's a good thing.
The world has come to Burnsville. The diversity of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's the way the Lord wanted it. He wants us all to be together for each other.
I like that too.